What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I am Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew. Today, we've got another versus for you. It's a fun one for you. Clint Eastwood versus Every Which Way But Loose versus Any Which Way You Can. And it's next. All right, guys, welcome back to another versus. It's a Clint Eastwood versus today. Any Which Way You Can versus Every Which Way But Loose. Got them backwards, actually. The other one came out first. Doesn't matter.
That's all good. It's hard enough to say.
Yeah, I know. If you, I haven't practiced it, you know. So, Every Which Way But Loose came out in 1978, and Any Which Way You Can came out in 1980, 2 years later. Both very good. First one was directed by James Fargo, and the second one, Any Which Way You Can, was directed by Buddy Van Horn. Every Which Way But Loose had a $5 million budget and made about $104 million, dollars at the box office, which is wild.
Yeah.
Awesome, especially 1978, I feel like, is awesome. Any Which Way You Can, a couple years later, was $15 million budget, so a lot more going on there, but and for 80, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
And it I think brought in about 70, so not as good, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
So anyway, do we want to run down before we get started on this versus? Do you want to run down the story?
So if I can remember everything that's going on in the story, and Every Which Way, he plays Philo. He's kind of a prize fighter. Like he fights out back,
underground, illegal fighting. Yeah.
And him and I guess it's his brother, played by Jeffrey Lewis. It's basically about their exploits, and he gets in with what is it? Taylor Lynn Halsey. What's her name?
Sandra Locke. Yeah.
In this movie, and he ends up falling for her, and along the way they get in a bad way with the Black Widows.
Yeah, this biker gang.
Yeah.
Like Nazi kind of ish. I don't know.
Who become a recurring theme throughout both movies.
Yeah, the worst gang I've ever seen ever. That's hilarious.
You see that? That little tattoo?
Yeah.
Them's Black Widows.
Black Widows. Yep. Yeah, there's two of them.
So things start getting serious. He introduces her to his ape, Clyde, and an orangutan that he won in a fight because he'd seen him in a cage and just couldn't deal with him being in there. And which Clyde had some pretty funny scenes in this. And it starts getting pretty serious, and she leaves.
Yeah.
And he knows she's headed back for Denver. He just gave her a bunch of money too that he had won in some fights.
Yeah.
So then Orville and Philo end up going off after him. The Black Widows are after them.
Yeah.
And it all kind of ends there in Denver.
And he gets in a fight with a police officer.
Yes.
That ends up going after him too.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Because the guy picks a fight with him. He's always getting in fights. The guy picks a fight with him, he punches him out, and then the whole bar starts fighting. It is hilarious.
As
as he's just beating the shit out of this cop, we don't know it's a cop. He looks at the bartender, he's like, call the police. And he's like, call the cops. He's like, Philo, he is the cops. He's like, oh shit. And he takes off. So this guy's pride's just damaged. So him and his buddy decide to go on a road trip during his leave.
They're all going to Denver.
And all going to Denver to find Philo. And while Philo's trying to find Sandra Locke, which is, what did you say her name was again? It was
Taylor Lynn Halsey, maybe?
Like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, trying to find her. And she keeps avoiding him and dodging him or whatever, and leading him on and then dodging him again. We come to find out she's hustling. She's a hustler. She's got some dude that she's hustling for or with or whatever. They got some kind of scheme going on. And he calls her out at the end or whatever, and she says she hates him and kind of leaves him in a bad way. As far as the other ones go, he beats the shit out of the cops again when they find him. He gets the jump on them. Everyone's just stupid in this movie, and he's a good fighter, and he beats the shit out of it. It's hilarious. And the biker gang, they end up in some kind of old west style fight or whatever, and it's just big brawl and just, oh man, it's hilarious. Yeah. He beats the shit out of all of them. And at the end, as they're driving off down the road, you've got he's kind of meeting everybody that he kicked the shit out of on the road. They're licking their chops and heading back, and they just move on. Clyde's really good in this, but he doesn't get a lot. He doesn't get as much time as in this one, I don't think, as he does in the second one. which is really not a lot of time in either one of them.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's like not really a buddy movie with a chimp. It's or an orangutan.
He's just a little icing on the cake.
He's just kind of like, yeah, exactly. Just an extra layer. Anyway, they're all licking their wounds, and that's kind of also Beverly D'Angelo.
Yes, as Echo.
As Echo. Yeah.
Huh?
And that's a running joke there too. He's like, "Hi, this is I'm Echo, huh?
Yeah,
Echo. Oh,
pistol toting hottie.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good scene. Anyway, the second one we haven't gone to the second one, right? The second one is basically Taylor comes back into his life. She's not hustling anymore, and she's kind of saying she's sorry or whatever, and they kind of hook back up. Clyde's got a little bit more going on, and he's fighting. This is more based around his fighting. It's a build up to a big fight that's actually controlled by some sort of like mob or booking agency, like these just
all these high rollers,
yeah, and it's just a matter of getting them to a place in Jackson, Wyoming, or whatever, and getting them to a fight. And the guy who plays him is William Smith.
Yes.
Who we just watched in Champagne and Bullets.
Yes.
Which was awful. And his role, and how
it's so bad you need to see it for yourself.
Yeah, but and he's been in a lot of other stuff too, but he was good at
it. He could take a better punch in this than he could in Champagne and Bullets,
couldn't he? Oh my God, he couldn't. Yeah. This was good though. That fight was awesome.
You've also got the Black Widows coming back, and they're after him again in this one. And
yeah, they just want revenge. Yeah.
We'll talk more about that when we get to comedy, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
do we write down any?
Yeah, that's what I wrote down. So what I got down here is story, setting, acting, action, and comedy.
Okay,
that's our categories for today. And we don't touch on a lot of comedy. Of course, it's not straight comedy.
Yeah, this is an action comedy. But and this was actually kind of made because Burt Reynolds had just came out with Smokey and the Bandit.
Right.
And I mean, there were some comedic elements to some of the things that Clint Eastwood had done, like High Plains Drifter and Two Mules for Sister Sarah, but he'd never done an out-and-out comedy.
Right.
And so this was kind of his reaction. And I think that's one of the reasons why he didn't direct these himself.
Right.
Because he's branching out and trying something new.
Right. Well, I'd say it worked for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it did. He doesn't have the depth or the versatility that, like, say, a Schwarzenegger has. But because his personality is a little dry.
Yeah.
In a way, but it's not. It's like he delivers everything so deadpan and so straight, like more or less the way he always does in every movie.
Yeah,
it just works. He's got like, even in Dirty Harry, it's not supposed to be funny, but there's some stuff in that.
Yeah,
his timing and the way he delivers things is funny, and maybe even if it wasn't supposed to be at the time, it
comes across as
funny. But we also find humor in all kinds of shit that's dark or whatever.
Yeah,
we were talking back in the RoboCop verses last time was the dick. I'm very disappointed after Ed 209 like failed, malfunctioned, and murdered a man. And it's
somebody get a paramedic.
Yeah, get a paramedic. just
took 200 rounds.
Yeah. Anyway, but it worked for him. It really does. He's just a really likable guy.
Yeah,
and he's got good movies, and even if they're not about much of anything, they're just, I don't know, there's something about him that just feels good to watch.
Yeah.
Like all of his movies. Even Thunderbolt and Lightfoot was just a fun movie.
Just kind of takes you back to a simpler time.
It does. And that's what I felt watching these movies, man. I any of them, really, especially these two. It takes you back to a fun, simpler time, and it's wholesome, a little more wholesome, and it's just fun. It's just fun.
That's kind of why I want to do like Used Cars sometime in the future. Because I think you would love that movie, and it has the same feel as these movies.
And I just like old shit, man. Like I like realized more and more when I watch this, I was like, man, I was born at a different time. Like, I want to go back to like the late 70s and early mid 80s and just live it up.
Yeah,
and just enjoy shit. And
give the theater all my money.
I want my dark meat chicken nuggets back from McDonald's. Damn it, that's what I want. I want dark meat. Nobody remembers that. Anyway, I'll get off that. What are we choosing for story on this? They're both very close. So you want to go first?
No, you go first. If you've got a definite winner, you go first.
I mean, here's the thing, and I told you this off screen earlier when you got here. It's like the first. It was a little like the first movie's a little slow getting started. You're just kind of they're both about 2-hour movies, and it's a little long for what you got, but it doesn't feel that way. It's still fun.
Yeah.
it takes a little while to get going, and then you're like, hey, okay, what's really going on here? Just following the fucking guy's life. That's all you're doing, and you got a few funny things here and there, and it's enough to keep you interested. But by the time they get on the road and get to Denver, things start picking up.
Yeah.
And it starts gradually picking up until the very end. It's like, and then you're like, oh my God, this is a good movie, man.
Yeah.
And you finally get to the fight with the spiders and all that stuff. It's good. And the second one, same way. But the second one, the first half, I'm like, man, the first one's a lot better. And then you get to Jackson, you're like, well, this is pretty fucking fun. Like, this is pretty good.
This is going to be a hard category.
Yeah, it is. So
I think
I like. Ooh, I don't know, man. I like the fighting thing, but I think I like the first one better.
That's the way I'm leaning,
at least
too.
The story wise, because I like this. He doesn't know much about this girl. She keeps dodging him. He finds her again, then she voids. Then she just flakes on him again.
Yeah.
She sleeps with him, and then takes off again. And he doesn't get the hint. And even then, at the end, you're like, well, this is a wild ending for such a, it's weird. Like there was no real
closure.
Yeah, but either, and that's a lot of 70s movies for you. But I don't know, for some reason, just the whole package was just better, and I liked the whole chasing him, and then the spiders chasing him, and the cops chasing him, and
I even like the stuff.
He doesn't even know what's going on yet.
Yeah, in the middle when she leaves and he goes up to the guy that owns the trailer park. And he's like, no, she left. And then they come and check on, no, she left. And then the spiders, no, they left.
Yeah, popular girl, man. Yeah, they took off to Denver.
There's a lot of things that are well written like that in that first one.
Yeah.
And so where the second one's more about the fight with William Smith. And I do like some of that.
You really get a Smokey and the Bandit feel a little too.
Yeah.
You really do.
I do like that fight because the fight's off and everybody starts leaving town. And then they kind of get into it, there. And
the kids
fights on and the whole town's.
Dude, him driving the plane off the tarmac and into the road. And
with people in front of it.
He's just driving his private jet down to get to the fight. Was so funny as shit.
Different times, man.
It's just wild. Well, there's a lot of crimes committed in these movies.
Yeah.
Especially the first one. He commits, there's theft. There's stealing stolen goods. There's illegal fighting, punching cops. There's all kinds of crazy crimes. And it's hilarious because he barely has any punishment for it. They all just come after. And I was thinking the whole time, like when the cops come after him in the woods, I'm like, they had rifles. Like, you're a fucking cop.
Yeah.
You got your pride hurt if you're just going to kill this man? You're not going to arrest him. You're going to kill this man? What the hell's going on?
And then he puts his truck in the drink.
Yeah, they just dumps the truck in the fucking water. Anyway. But yeah, I'm going to edge it towards Every Which Way. Every Which Way But Loose.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so Everywhere gets that one. All right, I think that's the longest pick for
verses we've had.
Yeah, getting there anyway. Sometimes we breeze through these things. I know the last one we did. Okay, setting. So, God, this is there. So you got, he's like in L.A. or Bakersfield. He's in California, and California's got a lot of different landscapes out there, and it's really beautiful for the most part. And and both of them, for the most part, when he's around the house, is kind of normal. But you have Denver. You get to Denver, and you have a lot of really cool scenery.
Yeah. In
that movie, and a lot of really good shots. So
a lot of honky tonks in that movie.
Yeah. And then the second one, you get to Jackson, and it's just
gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, even the town at the end of Loose, when they fought the spiders, was awesome.
Like an old West town.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got the mountains, just these steep mountains, just like right off the edge of the town. And it's like, and I've never been to these places, but they look incredibly beautiful. I don't even know if I want to tie this, but like that's what it feels like to me.
I think because you see like more of the city, and it was kind of interesting to see LA in like the 70s. Yeah. So I kind of want to go that way, but man, the last half of the movie where they're in Jackson, Wyoming, I'm going to have to go any which way you can. Yeah. On this one.
Yeah. Jackson's pretty, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll agree with you because I'm kind of on the fence anyway. So we'll do that. Any which way you can get the second kind of setting, because man, Jackson, that was pretty. Yeah, that was a really cool setting, and you had a lot of different things going on too, with all the people who are wedging the bets on this, hedging the bets, I should say, on the fight, and then that fight was incredible. Yeah, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. Going to acting, okay, about comparable. Sandra Locke. So
she's okay.
Clint Eastwood, always Clint Eastwood. And I tell you what, the real, even though it's cheesy, but it's also a simpler time. Oliver Orville's mom.
Yes,
Is cheesy.
Yeah,
but she's funny.
Yeah, she. When we get to comedy here in a little bit, she helps make that first movie for sure.
And Jeffrey Lewis is great.
Yeah. I wish there was more of him in any which way you can.
I know, and I want to know what happened to Echo.
Yeah, because she's gone.
She's gone. She's not. Yeah, she has no parts.
Yeah, I think in this one I'm gonna have to go Every Which Way But Loose. I think the actors are probably just a little bit stronger in that movie. You get more of the actors we like.
Yeah.
You get more of Ma and more of Jeffrey Lewis in that one.
Well, and
I think the spiders have the Black Widows have just a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. Well, it got really goofy in the second.
With the wigs. And
which is funny. But
we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to agree with you on that. We'll do Every Which Way. Okay, action. This is... Man, I feel like maybe the second one.
Possibly. Let's talk it out.
So I'm trying. Okay, so let me think. Every Which Way But Loose. You have the fight, basically just the fighting.
Yeah, in the beginning, doesn't he fight like a black guy in a meat locker?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fight.
Well, and the ending was also too because they were going to stiff him the money after he won, and then Beverly D'Angelo surprised him with the gun, and she's like, "Nah," and then she shot the meat. She shot a second time, and I love the line. She's like, "I shot a second time just to make sure that you knew that the first one wasn't a mistake."
Yeah,
and they're like, "Okay," hands them the money, and then she like just backs out with the gun, and that was a good scene, man.
Yeah,
that was a good scene. She turned out to be handy in that movie. Good fights, some pretty good scenes, but most of it was real basic. The big Black Widow fight at the end was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, they end up in the mud.
Yeah, I don't remember being any. Was there any chase? Was there a chase? I'm trying to think if there was. Well, I know the one guy chased after him with Skylar chased after the gun. But
yeah, not that big of a scene.
You come to find out that she staged that so he would scare him off.
Yeah, it's mostly just the fighting and stuff in the first movie.
So you have to say Any Which Way You Can, I think, because you have a little more action. Yeah. And the fighting's a little bit more over the top. And then you have the big fight at the end, which is one of the best fights. Which is
better than the one he has with Tank Murdoch in the first movie, which we forgot to talk about in the open, but part of the story. But no, I agree with you. The William Smith fight's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good point. I am glad you went back to that because Tank Murdoch, he's the seasoned veteran fighter. Who he lets win. Yeah. Because everyone's like, shit,
he's going to be the guy that they come after next.
Yeah, he's the next tank. He's like, he didn't want that shit. So he just let him win. Yeah. He beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Sometimes you win more by losing.
Exactly. So, and it is also important to note, I don't know because I don't think we did, but Any Which Way You Can, he was going to back out of the fight with Wilson, which was William Smith. Because apparently he killed a man or two. Yeah. And some
everybody was trying to get him to back out.
Yeah, and so he's
finally like, fine.
So he did, and he gave the money back, but because it's such a huge deal, these people wouldn't let him back out, so they end up like coming and beating the shit out of. They punched Orville, and then went after Philo and ended up kidnapping what's her name for a little bit. Yeah, and had guns. They shot Orville at one point. Yeah, at the end of Any Which Way You Can. So, like, there's just a lot more going on with these people not wanting him to stop that fight, and he was trying to. So there's another layer.
I feel like, as goofy as those mafia guys turned out to be, he'd have been all right staying out of that fight.
I know. Well, he should have put the screws to what's her name after she put the screws to him. Yeah. Oh, go ahead and kill her. What do I care? Yeah. She even said, "No, stay out of the fight. They're not going to hurt me." Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably. I get that sense too. All right, stay with them. See you, toots. If you get out, come back. Yeah. Any Which Way You Can definitely gets action. So that puts it at a tie, and we're gonna be tiebreaker in comedy.
Oh my goodness. So there's more stuff with the mom in the first one. Yeah. This ape shitting all over the house, eating my GD Oreos, and
I want privacy. And then they leave her alone, and then she's a mess.
The widows show up and try to pull her porch down.
She's trying to get her driver's license. She refuses to wear her glasses so she can see. So she keeps failing her tests. and they're like, especially like just the singing test. And when the Black Widow showed up and she just shoots the fuck out of their, that was the funniest thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, see here, the funny thing was when they tied that chain around the beam, the porch, and it was just like that wooden support, whatever. And because they tied it around that back bar, because these guys are buffoons, I half expected the bike
to pull him off,
or pull the bikes that metal piece off. And I was already laughing because like, oh, this is not going to go well because they're buffoons. Well, no, he pulled it off and just moved on. It didn't come down. Yeah. So she's like, and as soon as it did though, she pulls out a shotgun.
This is bigger than her.
And then she fires at that one of the bikes, and the bike explodes
like a 50 cal or something.
So over the top comedy, but funny. Like it was good.
Yeah. There's all that stuff, and all the stuff between Orville and him and the widows is great.
It's funny. Yeah, it's good.
There's that scene in the beginning where they're hitting on that girl, and they take the implants and put it in her chowder.
Yeah. Scare her off.
And there, of course, there's the funny stuff with Clyde, but I don't feel like there's as much funny stuff with Clyde in Every Which Way But Loose.
No, because he's got a little bit more going on. He's got the right turn Clyde where he punches whoever's on his right out the window, and every one of those are pretty funny.
Yeah,
I like the running gags in these movies too, by the way. But he got him. He has this thing for getting into cop cars and shitting in the driver's seat. And then to see who sits in them. Yeah. And it's pretty funny. The motel scene was pretty good.
Yeah.
You also got Ma driving that record truck trying to warn Philo.
Yeah. And pulling
the bug behind her, and the sparks fly. And it starts out as just a rundown bug. By the time she gets to Bakersfield and pulls up at the motel, there's literally just the front wheels and axle left of the vehicle. And then she gets out of the car, and then right as she walks around, they collapse off the truck, and she's like, oh,
that's a great scene. I thought the scene that comes after that with all of them in the hotel room was a little goofy.
Yeah, it was.
But I appreciated it.
Yeah. Again, it's just an old time, man.
Yeah.
It's just, you just appreciate, because it's like, yeah, it's hokey, but it's also, it's not serious.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's like, it just makes you miss shit like that.
Yeah,
because everything is so politicized now. Everything's so raunchy, and I like American Pie and all that stuff growing up. I mean, I like raunchy comedy too, but this is just good old fashioned comedy.
Yeah.
It's even though it's not all wholesome at the time, probably it's wholesome now
compared to what we've got. Yeah. I like that there's more stuff with Clyde in this. Scrap the caddy, Clyde.
Yeah,
and he tears that guy's car apart.
Hilarious.
It sounds like we're going Any Which Way You Can.
Yeah. I've already got it wrote down.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. I'm going that way too. So that gives us a winner.
Yeah. So Any Which Way You Can, the second one, is a winner. But I do want to note here that while I do like it a lot, they're both very comparable movies, and I almost maybe it depends on the day, but as of right now, I think I like Loose a little better.
Yeah, the original I think is just a smidge better.
Yeah, it's a smidge better, but this one's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun.
Yeah, you'll laugh more.
And honestly, it's probably worth noting. Just watch both of them, and when you get a couple hours, like a piece.
Yeah,
watch both of them because they kind of go hand in hand. They're both worth watching.
Yeah, definitely recommend pick up that Blu-ray. You get both of them
for sure. It's worth it.
Yeah,
for sure. Cheap. So yeah, good winner. So what else we got coming down the pipe?
Oh, you're gonna love this. We're talking a little bit of Night Beast coming up on the 2-year anniversary of Night Beast and Alien Factor. Which I'll watch those with you. I'll put myself through that if I make you do it. We might even get some reaction of Brandon to some of the scenes. That Night Beast review was a big review. Like it's got over 1,000 views. Like back when we weren't getting even that much, and so I think there might be an audience for that. We'll see. The other one,
I don't know why.
Just for the B movie crowd that loves us for Warehouse B. We're talking about maybe doing Rush Hour maybe after that. So
okay. Well, I do want to do Rush
Hour.
Yeah,
so I mean, I'll bring you down to the gutter, but we'll redeem it. And we'll do Rush Hour
I
after
like Rush Hour.
And then I don't know what we've got aside from that coming up.
Well, we'll just stay tuned and we'll have it for you. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. That way you can catch everything we release. We do want to say we appreciate every one of you out there. Since we're over 1,000 subscribers now, it took us a few years.
On our way to 2.
Yeah, on our way to 2. Be sure to like and subscribe, like I said, and leave us a comment below too. Let us know what you think of these movies if you've watched them. If not, I highly recommend checking them out. And just stay tuned, man. We'll have some good shit coming. Until then,
right turn, Clyde.